Hello, Mixtresses and Mixters. This is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress video. So I'm going to show you my perfume collection now. It's just sort of like it's nearing the end of the year and it's time for me to do my collection videos, which I mostly do for myself, but other people seem to enjoy them as well. So I will try to be brief, but I have acquired a lot of perfumes this year. This is only half of the shelf. And then there are some other honorable mentions that are stored in other locations, but this is essentially my perfume collection. So this, inside this little bag, is a scent locket that you can put like a little piece of velvet soaked in oil perfume inside the scent locket, and yeah, it's great. I love it. I guess you probably will want to see it, right? It was in my collection video last year because I did have it last year too, but here it is. It's this gorgeous little coffin with the Three of Swords on it, which is one of my personal cards. But it's the logo of Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab too, as you can see. I have that sticker up here. So in this back row, these are all, well, most of my Halloween themed perfumes. So this one is Calaveras. This is a blend from, most of my perfumes are from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. This is one from 2010 that I just recently got on eBay. It's actually, I just got it this week. So it smells like Aztec chocolate with spice in it. It's like, I think it's supposed to be jalapeno. So I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but it's interesting. This one I've had forever. Dracula Rising, Posits, Nessendorma Posits. This is a licorice and caramel blend. This is Samhain from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. They put this out every Halloween. This one is Black Licorice Smut from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. This is one I just got from their Halloween collection this year. Every Day is Halloween, which is probably still available now, although they are in the middle of like a big move. So like some things are not in stock at the moment, but they'll come back. Every Day is Halloween. This one I love. It's like pumpkin and sandalwood. And it's really nice. This is also one from the current collection. Pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And it is as described. It smells exactly like a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. This one is named Bast after the goddess, but this is also specifically like a Neil Gaiman collaboration, which they have several on the site. This one's really beautiful. It very much smells like a goddess. It's like honey and myrrh, which I don't usually like myrrh, but in this case I can handle it. It's like honey and amber and myrrh, and it's gorgeous. This one I've had since 2020, Belonging to the Darkness. And it's like vetiver and patchouli and amber and coriander and cardamom maybe in that one. I've recently found that I love cardamom. This one is another licorice perfume from Posits. All of these ones that are in like this type of label, those two in the back, and then this one and this one, they're not available anymore. So sorry. Maybe they come back in stock. I don't know. The Posits website, the perfumer has passed. So, and so a lot of the perfumes that I have from Posits I'm keeping because of sentimental reasons, because she has 1, 2, 3 licorice perfumes, and they were created because of my suggestion. She didn't make them just for me, but like I sent her a message one day a long time ago, back in like 2013, 2014. I emailed her and I was like, have you ever thought about making a licorice perfume? Because I would love to smell a licorice perfume. And immediately, her very next collection, she came out with this one. This was her first licorice scent. And then her next collection, she came out with this one, Silver Licorice. This was a Yule. So this was Halloween that year that I talked to her, so it would have been 2014. She came out with this licorice, and then in Christmas she came out with this one, and then the following Halloween she came out with this one. And I might be wrong about this, but I think that Halloween 2015 might have been her last collection before she passed. It was one of the last collections. So, and they each just were better than the last. Like Silver Licorice, the second one she created, was a little bit better than Ness and Dorma, and then Black Anise is my very favorite of her licorice blends that she made. It smells exactly like Swedish salty licorice. That's what it smells like. I think I'm getting that right. I think it's Swedish licorice that's salty. That's what it smells like to me. Blood Kiss, this is one on Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab that it's very much a vampire scent. It smells like honey and wine and blood, and it's just very thick, and it's got clove and vanilla in it as well. It's a lot. It's very much I put that on when I'm reading a vampire novel, and that's really the only context for that one, but yeah. I love it. This one's called Game Over. I guess you can't even see it because there's a glare. Sorry, the lighting is bad, and since these bottles are so little, it's hard to... This one is a collaboration with a drag queen, and this one is like clove, cotton candy, and cherry blossom are the scents in that one. This is another Possets that is really interesting. I've talked about it a lot on my channel before, so I'm not going to describe it again, but yeah, I will, because I hate it when people do that. Like, you've seen my other videos, right? Maybe not. Maybe this is the first video you've ever seen of mine. So Gypsy Crave is, it smells like a tarot reader reading cards while smoking clove cigarettes in a cemetery. Like, you get the sort of like flowers from recent funerals. You get that sort of flowers in the air. You get sort of, you can smell kind of the stones of the, you know, the gravestones around you. You can smell the cards that she's shuffling. You can, it's a wisp of clove cigarettes. Like, it's not really a clove cigarette smell. I'm very particular about clove cigarettes, as you will hear more about here in a second. But yeah, it's a very interesting scent. It doesn't last very long on my skin, but it's pretty sentimental too, because I used to wear it every Thursday before I went to my cleaning job. I don't know why that was the day, but I would put it on every Thursday. And so it reminds me of cleaning my house. So I wear that one when I'm cleaning my house a lot, actually. This one is a recent acquisition, Jack. This one smells like, it's Jack for Jack-o'-lantern. It smells like, it kind of smells like a late summer, early fall sort of transition. It has like pumpkin and clove and peach in it are the main notes, I think. It's very interesting. It's a little light for me. Like, it doesn't last very long on my skin, but I like it. This one is also a recent acquisition. I just got it in the last few months. It's called Night by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. This is one that's not available anymore. I did get it on eBay, but this one is I have been looking for years, I tell you, for the perfect Drusilla fragrance. This is it. Because I wanted something that had night blooming flowers in it, but I can't really wear night blooming flowers, and this is no exception. This one is the least offensive. I say quote unquote just because my particular skin chemistry, it amps jasmine in a way that I can't stand it. But in this blend, I think it's tuberose instead of jasmine. And I feel like a true Drusilla fragrance has to have jasmine because she loves jasmine. It's like her favorite flower. Anyway, I'm talking about Drusilla from Buffy, by the way, if I didn't say that. But this one is a very, very smooth blend. It's different than anything else that I have. I almost got rid of it because it's really not for me, but it's a vibe. It's a specific vibe, and I'm trying not to get rid of everything. Like, even though it's not one that I want to wear every day, it kind of makes me think of, this is a weird association, but it kind of makes me think of Passion. Is it Passion? No, Poison. The regular OG 80s Poison. It's not really that, but the vibe is similar. It has sort of that Dynasty shoulder pads vibe to it, which is weird that I would associate that with Drusilla from Buffy, but whatever. Already talked about Silver Licorice. This is also a new acquisition from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. Spoopy Kid Assaulted by a Sunbeam. This one smells like patchouli cotton candy with honeysuckle. It is very much like a teenager scent, and this is the collection that this came from is based on the daughter of the perfumer from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, so it makes sense. It really does smell like a gothic teenager. Like a slightly goth-leaning teenager. Like it's good though, but it's a specific, like, I don't have any other perfumes that remind me of, like, you know, teenager perfumes. So this is an interesting one. I'm still kind of figuring out how I feel about it, but I do like it. This is one I've had for a few years. It's called When the Winter Chrysanthemums Go. This was given to me from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. Every once in a while, if you order like a shit ton of stuff from them at once, they will put a free bottle in the package. I've only had it happen to me once, and it was with this order. It was this one and one other one. I had bought so many over Christmas, or maybe they were just being generous because it was Christmas time in general, but they put 2 free bottles in that particular order, and this is one of them. This one smells like mint and mums. It is very flowery, and it really does smell like, it's supposed to smell like snow melting on mums or dying mums covered in snow. And I get that vibe. This is one I like to put on, I put it on the back of my hand, like right before bed, and it just kind of wafts up into my nose as I'm falling asleep. I love it. I really love it. Okay, let's move the tripod over to the next little section of this shelf. Okay. This little cluster here this one is a sample of Alien Absolute that I just put in this perfume bottle. This one is a sample of a perfume called Cherry Punk. Just recently got this. This one smells like cherry and leather. It's like Larry. It's like leather jackets and cherry. I actually really like it, and this is an expensive perfume, so whenever I run out of this sample, I will probably splurge and buy a full bottle of this because I actually really like it. This one is Alien by Thierry Mugler. I don't wear this very often. In fact, I bought this bottle used. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a little less than half full, and that's kind of how it came. I like to spray it on clothing. It smells like jasmine, but it is a jasmine I can handle. It's like jasmine and amber. It's really unique, and it's called Alien. I don't think aliens would smell like jasmine and amber, but whatever. It's called Alien. This one is Lolita Limpica. I've talked a lot about it before. Anique Minardo is the person that originally formulated both Lolita Limpica and Hypnotic Poison, and this one's I think of as like a very fairy scent. It's really the only green scent that I have. It's the most floral scent that I have too, probably. It's based on anise or licorice. So it has that element to it. I really love that. It's very strong. I don't wear it very often, and yet I have 2 bottles of it. This one's Midnight Lolita Limpica, or Lolita Limpica Midnight, whatever, but they smell exactly the same to me. So I essentially just view this as a backup bottle of this. But anyway, I don't wear this very much, so by this time next year, I might not have the backup bottle anymore. I might just decide to let it go. I don't know. Anyway, Hypnotic Poison is my number one of all time. This is a vintage bottle, and I've taken to buying vintage bottles of Hypnotic Poison because I don't like the current formulation as much. It's not like it's bad, it still smells like Hypnotic Poison, but it is just, yeah, I don't like it that much. So I guess I could move this even further over at this point so you can see the rest of the shelf. These three bottles right here, I'm pretty excited about. This is, I am trying to make my own clove vanilla scent. So I've got a whole drawer of like perfume making supplies, and these are three prototypes of like clove and vanilla. I'm trying to recreate a clove cigarettes perfume, this clove cigarettes perfume in fact, because I don't know if it'll ever come back in stock, and I have like a third of a bottle, and then I have one backup bottle that is like 2/3 full that I found on eBay. But that's all I have, and it's my very favorite Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab scent of all time. So if any of y'all have a bottle and you're not really wearing it, I would pay a stupid price for it. Not too stupid of a price, but I would love to take it off your hands. But anyway, I'm trying to recreate it because it smells exactly like an unlit Dejarum Black. It's spicy, so I did research on like how to make clove cigarettes. And so I'm using the perfume notes that I think are involved, essentially to make your own clove cigarettes. You crush up with a pestle and mortar, clove buds and you mix it with tobacco, and you soak that tobacco in some kind of liquid, like you could use rose water, some kind of like oily liquid, just enough to make it wet. Some people use vanilla extract. So it's like I'm trying to use clove, vanilla, tobacco. These two blends here both have tobacco in them. And right now is just like the aging process. I just mixed these perfumes in the last week, and I'm supposed to set them aside for a month, although I've been trying them on and smelling them and wearing them because I'm too impatient. But also, clove cigarettes are like, the filters are dipped in maple, sugar, and or licorice. That's why they're so sweet, like if you've ever smoked a clove cigarette. So that's another element that I'm adding. So far in each of these blends, I only added like 1 or 2 drops of my black anise perfume, which is the most licoricey perfume that I have. I think I probably need to put a little bit more in there because it's just too, you can't detect it really. So I think there needs to be a little bit more of a licorice scent in there. And I don't know if any of those notes are actually in clove cigarettes perfume. This is just me guessing what's in there. And basically I'm just trying to make a signature scent myself. So these are the only 3 empty bottles that I had, or else I probably would have more prototypes than this, but essentially I'm trying to make my own perfume. My own clove vanilla that I'm hoping maybe someday I will approximate this clove cigarettes perfume if I can't ever get it again. However, if it ever comes back into stock, I'll probably buy like fucking 5 bottles of it. Like, yeah, for sure. Anyway. Okay, this last little section, these are my top 11 oil perfumes on this beautiful handmade stand that I got on Etsy for actually a pretty reasonable price. So I'm happy with it. So these are my top 11, ones that I wear a lot. This one is this is a new acquisition, so I don't know if it'll really be a favorite, but right now I'm wearing it almost every day. It's called the Shadowed Veil, and it's, let me read you the description of it actually. I don't have my perfume journal in here, never mind. But it's like, essentially, so growing up, my online screen name, a lot of the time as a teenager, was Lananchi, which is like a fairy muse, blood fairy. Those are also names that I've gone by in the past, etc. Um, this sort of like dark vampire fairy. This is like, I've recently flirted with the idea of renaming all of my perfumes. Not like taking the labels off or anything, but just like turning them around and labeling them my own with my own associations. And if I did that, this one would be called Lananchi, because, or Blood Fairy or Vampire Fairy or something like that. Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab actually has a Lananchi scent, but it is not it's not what I associate with Lananchi. Anyway, I'm not really describing anything that's in it, but for me, this is a dark fairy perfume, and I really like it. It's like black pumpkin and leather. Those are two of the notes that I know for sure are in here, without looking at my little journal. I really, really like it. I wore it on Halloween whenever I was an elf for Halloween, and I wore it on Halloween. Then I have, this one is a snake oil blend. Snake oil is a particular perfume made by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab that is a combination of musks and vanilla and patchouli. It is their #1 scent for a reason, and I have several snake oil blends, and they're all in my top 11. None of my snake oil blends are over in the others that are not my top 11. Just saying. This one's called Please Scream Inside Your Snake Oil. Like, I think I already said that, but it's their snake oil mixed with like funnel cakes. It's extremely sweet. I don't wear it very often because it is very sweet, but it smells real fucking good. It is kind of like, it doesn't really smell the same, but it reminds me of Angel Muse, kind of. Which I guess this is a good time for honorable mentions of ones that are not pictured. I do still have Angel Muse. I don't wear it anymore. I also have Thierry Mugler's Aura, and I only bought this one because I really like the bottle. But I don't like the way that it stands up because it has to sit on its side like this. But anyway, I keep it. I'm sure I'll put some other liquid in it someday. Again, I did have Florida water in it for a while, but I don't like looking at it on a shelf because of the way that it sits. I want it to like stand up. I don't know. It looks cute right now, actually, but anyway. And then I also have Thierry Mugler's Angel. This is one that I was obsessed with for like 2 or 3 years. I wore it like every single day. And I've refilled, this is one of their refillable bottles. I've refilled this particular bottle, which is the original one that I bought on eBay that was like half empty, because I just wanted to try it. This is the original bottle that I bought on eBay like 5 years ago, and I was wearing it almost every day, and I've refilled that bottle like 5 times, but then suddenly I just like, I don't like it anymore. It's weird. I just like, a switch was flipped, but I'm keeping it because it is sentimental to me at this point, and I have pretty much a full bottle right there. I'm sure I'll try it again at some point, but anyway. So let me move on. This one I just got this year, or the end of last year. It's possible I got this the end of last year. Tomb Bear. This one is it's like sandalwood infused vanilla, or vanilla infused sandalwood. Can't remember which way it goes. I think it's vanilla infused sandalwood with lavender and snake oil. This is the only like perfume that I wear that has lavender in it. Like, I like the scent of lavender like in cleaning products and, you know, clearing sprays, things like that, but I don't usually wear lavender in perfume because it reminds me of fougères, and I'm not into fougères. They remind me of like, I don't know, like dudes in powdered wigs and frilly pants from 1700s. I don't know, they remind me of like Lestat. And that's not my perfume vibe. What? But this one is the only perfume with lavender in it that I do like. I like it a lot, actually. Turns out I like a lot of perfumes with sandalwood for sure. This is just the regular snake oil. And it's actually like, I hadn't had like an actual snake oil. Like all of the snake oils that I had prior to this year were all snake oil blends because the actual original snake oil had been sold out for a long time. I love it, but it's just like I'm used to the blends that have a little bit more going on. So this one, but because it has patchouli and vanilla in it, patchouli and vanilla in particular, all oil perfumes really just get better with age in my experience, but patchouli and vanilla in particular get so good with age. So basically this is just here so that it can get better. It's kind of in timeout. This is a snake oil blend I got this year called Death Adder. I am obsessed with it. It is black coconut, snake oil, and vetiver. Oh my God. It's a very summer scent. You know, that coconut, just no matter what, it's like coconut takes you to a summery place. It just does. And so this is like, I'm so happy that this is one that they always have on their site. As far as I know, they always have it on their site. So this is one that I'll be buying again and again, I'm sure. This one is called Muddy Armadillo. And this one smells like dirt and tobacco. Dirt, chocolate, and tobacco. That's what it smells like. It's unlike anything else I have. And I'm kind of obsessed with it. I seem to be somewhat allergic to it though. Like when I've noticed that when I'm wearing this perfume, I feel a little like I'm having like an allergy attack or something for a few hours. The first few hours that I'm wearing it. But I don't care. It's still in my top 11 and I still wear it. Maybe I'll build up a tolerance. Then, of course, we have my #1 Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab of all time. Seriously, if y'all have a bottle of this that you aren't wearing, please help. Okay. Pumpkin Snake Latte. This is my second favorite of all time. This is another one that like, I hope they'll bring it back. This was a Halloween scent that they came out with last year. I hope that they'll bring it back in future years, but they didn't this year. Oh my God, it's so fucking good. It is snake oil and pumpkin spices, and there's definitely a coffee note in there. It's just, I have one backup bottle. This is the one that I've worn the most this year. Out of all the perfumes here, this is the one I've worn the most. Recent favorite, recent acquisition. I've only had this one like 5 months, maybe 3 to 5 months. Dark Eyed Delightful. I think I actually bought this because this year I spilled my bottle of Pumpkin Snake Latte and I freaked out. And I messaged them on Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, and I was like, oh my God, is there any way that you have more of this? Is there any way I can get a bottle of this? And they were so kind, and they let me buy 2 bottles. So that's why I have 2. This one's pretty much full. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll buy something from there. This was they have a lot of like activism perfumes, charity perfumes, and this is one, Dark Eyed Delightful. This is one that I think I bought it at the same time that I bought the backup bottles of this, replacement bottles of this. Doesn't matter. But I think this is the one that I threw in the order with the 2 bottles of Pumpkin Snake Latte. Just because I was like, it looked interesting, but otherwise I might not have bought it. It looked interesting and I was like, let's just throw another one on there because why not? And I'm so glad I did because it's become, like, these in the front are my top 5, essentially. Top 5 oil perfumes. Hopefully one of the ones that I created will actually enter into the top 5. Because, you know, I'm making it to my own fucking specifications and likes. Ah, it's so good. It's chocolate and cardamom and patchouli, essentially. I mean, there's other things in there as well, but it's just extremely chocolatey, extremely cardamom. I'm obsessed with cardamom, apparently. I love it. It's very like come hither, however. Like I have to be careful with this one. I usually don't wear this one to work because men talk to me more when I wear that one. And I'm not really into that vibe. And then this one, Margaret Magdalena. Oh, and this one, it's one of their activism perfumes. This one benefits abortion services, and I forgot what the specific charity is, but it helps people get access to abortion. Margaret Magdalena Muffin Head is also a chocolate cardamom moment. This one doesn't have patchouli though. And it smells basically like brownies. I never would have thought that I wanted to smell like brownies until I got this perfume. I love it. It looks like my mom's chocolate lab that just passed away in the last year. Oh my God, it looks like Dexter. But it's named after their chocolate lab that was having some health issues, and the sale of this perfume was helping to fund the vet bills. And I was like, I don't know if I want to smell like a brownie, but that's a cute little chocolate lab, and I support this cause. And I'm obsessed with it. I love to wear this one at night, particularly. It's just a very comforting smell because it smells like fucking brownies. Oh my God. I'm becoming a bitch that likes to smell like food. And then this one's been a favorite for a couple of years. I believe I got this in 2020. Maybe it was last year, I don't know, but it's called Snake Smut. And it is snake oil. They also have something called Smut. This one's great. This one's amazing. This one's half empty too. Well, not really. Not totally half empty. Anyway, I love it. Whatever. Been talking for 30 minutes about perfume. And then this is just, a little display area. As I've said in previous perfume collections, Poison Ivy surveys my general theme of perfume. The vibe of perfumes that I like is Poison Ivy, is sweet and dark, is dark-eyed delightful, if you will. I like gourmands that have a twist to it, there's something off about it, basically. I mean, my top 5 perfumes of all time, we might as well: Hypnotic Poison, Clove Cigarettes, Pumpkin Snake Latte, thinking, surely it's going to be one of my Clove Vanillas. I have confidence that I'll be able to create a perfume that is... I've had a Clove Vanilla swirling around in my head for decades that needs to exist. Maybe I don't exactly want it to smell like Clove Cigarettes. I would love to recreate that and have my own favorite Clove Vanilla. Anyway, I'm wearing one of these right now. Maybe Dark Eyed Delightful? So there's the top 5. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Snake Smut would be in the top 5. This one, I didn't really describe it very well, but it's snake oil. Smut is their scent that is sugary, boozy musks, a combination of sugary, boozy musks. So Snake Smut is snake oil, smut, and it also has leather and extra patchouli in it, I believe. Definitely has leather and patchouli. It smells like a type of patchouli that I've only ever smelled. My mom had a bottle of, from the Body Shop. I think it was called the Body Shop. Do you remember that place? It was like Lush before Lush, although I've never been in a Lush, so I don't really know. But they had a patchouli that smelled like this. So it's vanilla, patchouli, boozy musks, leather. It's very good. It's very good. If they ever come back out with it, I might buy another bottle. Anyway, those are probably my top 5. And on that note, I will shut the fuck up. Actually, I'm not done. Okay, so it's 2 hours later. I am sweating and a little out of breath because I was on the treadmill just proof watching this video, my perfume collection, and I realized, my perfumes that are in slightly different locations were not represented. So in interest of being fucking thorough, because I'm obsessed with perfume right now and I want to be thorough for my future self, I brought in all of the things that were in other locations so I can describe them for you guys real quick. These here, these 5 right here, are all located in my tarot closet because I use these as ritual oils. This one is called Sparkle, and it is like lemon, lemongrass, mint, camphor. This is really like, it's a cleansing oil. I use it to anoint candles. It kind of smells like lemon drops. Oh wait, there's one more that's downstairs called Silky Bat. Silky Bat is patchouli and lemon, and I use it, I burn it specifically in like a water oil diffuser, steamy thing. I don't know what you call it. So that's downstairs. So that's not pictured. I'm not going to go all the way downstairs to get it, but these are the ones that I use for ritual oils. Voodoo is the OG for me, ritual oil. This is my second bottle of it. And I had the first bottle for like a decade before I finally bought a second bottle. It is pine, vanilla, cherry, clove, vetiver. It just has like a lot of different things in it. And it is, if I could only have one Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab scent to use as a ritual oil, it would be this one. This one, Flor de Muerto, is marigolds. There's like a little bit of a spicy note to it as well. Like there might be carnation in here. It sort of has that bite that carnation has. But this is because it's marigolds, I use this when I'm using Marigold Tarot. It is one of my only, like, this one that smells like mums that I told you about earlier, and then this one that smells like marigolds. These are really my only flowery perfumes, but I like to like use this as a ritual oil when I'm using Marigold Tarot. And Malediction is my second favorite ritual oil of all time. Do you see how dark it is? It's like black. This one I've had as long as, I think I got it at the same time as I got my original bottle of Voodoo. This is red patchouli and vetiver. Listen to this. Listen to this when I open it. Do you hear how sticky it is? It smells amazing, and most of the reason why it smells so amazing is because it's so aged. I don't know the exact date of when I got this, but I'm pretty sure I've had this particular bottle in my possession. This was like the first order I ever made from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, which was maybe 15 years ago. I don't know. It's been a long time. And that, whenever I got these two, Voodoo and Malediction, I didn't order from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab again until like 2015, 2016. I think 2016 was maybe the second time I ever ordered from them. And the first time was these two bottles, even though this is technically the second one. I'm on my second bottle of that one, but this one, I mean, I'm getting a little low. This one I like to anoint tarot bags with in specific, but I also just use it as a ritual oil all the time. But what was I going to say about this one? Oh, recently, because every time you order from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, they send you samples. Recently, they sent me a sample of this one, but it doesn't smell the same. And I don't know if it's because mine is so aged, it just smells different, or if the ingredients, if they've had to slightly change the ingredients or the sources where they get their ingredients. I don't know, but it doesn't smell the same now. So I'm just I'm gonna appreciate, I'm gonna continue using it at its regular rate. I'm not gonna treat it like it's precious, but I'm going to just try to appreciate it a little bit more since I may never be able to have that scent again. I don't like wearing it as a perfume, but I do use it for rituals. Anyway, just talking a lot about that. This is gonna be such a fucking long video, but I have thoughts about perfume, so whatever. Rose Cardamom, this is, I can't remember where I initially got this. I think this came in some kind of subscription box. I am not a fan of wearing rose as a perfume, but this particular, I think the cardamom saves it for me. But this is like kind of a love ritual blend. Like if someone is ordering a reading from me and it's love related, usually I will anoint their spell candle with this rose cardamom oil. This one is the only atmosphere and linen spray I've ever bought from Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, and it's called TKO for Total Knockout. There are no scent notes listed on this, but to me it smells like lavender, marshmallow, vanilla. And I spray this on my pillow almost every night before I go to bed. Unless I have put perfume on myself right before bed, those are the nights that I don't spray this. But usually I spray this on directly on my pillow right before I get into bed. So this is my nighttime scent. And this is I'm on my second bottle of this. This is the second bottle. So this and this is the only time I've ever graduated to a second bottle of a Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab perfume, ever. Because they are, even though they're just 5 milliliter oil bottles, they last for fucking ever. I mean, probably they don't last forever if you don't have this many fucking perfumes. Anyway, shut up. I need to shut up. Because I am sweating profusely because I just got off the treadmill, so I need a shower. But I couldn't wait. Anyway, good thing you can't smell me right now. This one is, I have 2 hair glosses, this one and this one. This one I got back in 2020 called Shelter in Tomb hair gloss. I will read for you the description because it's on the bottle. Calidora's rather haughty about her perfect antibodies, but doesn't want to share with ya, maybe next millennia. Clove-tinted blood drops, sweet-aged patchouli, fig milk, and red amber. This one is very strong. That red amber mixed with the clove. Like, this is one that whenever I do wear this on my hair, I try to avoid wearing other scents. So this one doesn't get worn very much anymore. Ever since this year I got the snake oil hair gloss, and this is what I use. I use this at least 3 to 5 times a week. It's just like different oils. It just kind of makes your hair shiny and less frizzy, and it's perfumed. And because I have so many snake oil blends, this one basically, the scent doesn't war with anything else that I wear. So I can put this in my hair every day and it's not competing with whatever other perfume I'm wearing. So I'm sad because eventually I am gonna run out of that, but hopefully they'll have more. They'll have more. It'll be fine. I need to stop worrying about running out of things. God, it's kind of a problem. This was a recommendation from Grace. This is a Bath and Body Works scent that they come out with at Halloween time called Wicked Vanilla Woods, as you can see. This is just like a body spray, and it does smell very good, actually. I mean, it's for sure like a cheesy mall perfume, and I accidentally sprayed too much of it on Halloween. So I was like walking around in a cloud of that on Halloween, but that's okay. It happened. But I like it. I got this is a perfumed thing, so I guess I can show it. I also got like these 2 things together. This is like a body cream stuff, and I usually put that on before bed. And then I spray this. It's one of those like you spray it in the air and walk through it kind of things, for me anyway. So I have been wearing this a lot of days because, again, it's almost everything I wear has vanilla in it. So this doesn't usually war with anything else that I'm wearing. So this is fun. So thank you because it's cheap. I couldn't get it at my local mall because they were like completely sold out of it at the beginning of September already. I had to get it on fucking eBay. And there was a ton of it on eBay. There's a whole market of people that just like buy up stuff in physical stores so they can resell it on eBay for like the same price that you would get it for in the store. I don't understand. I don't get it. But unfortunately I contributed to it because that was the only way I could find it. Anyway, the last thing to talk about is this little bag here. I'm calling it my conjure bag, but essentially it just houses all of my Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab samples that have been included in my orders over the years. The ones that I like enough to keep. So this is a new practice for me. Like whenever I need a ritual oil, sometimes part of the divination practice will be I just reach blindly into this bag and I pull out one of these scents to use for like candle anointing oil or just to anoint my hands with before I start shuffling the cards for someone, that kind of thing. So there you go. 45 fucking minutes of my perfume collection. That is how intense I am. And actually this still isn't everything because I have a couple of sprays that are not pictured that I've made myself from different combinations of things, whatever. Anyway, and I have Florida water as well. But essentially this is like 95% of my perfume collection. Really, I could include incense in this too if I wanted to. Just smelly things collection. I could include incense if I wanted to. And I have a lot of favorite incenses too. Let me know if you want to see a video of my incense collection. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna go shower now. Thanks for watching. Bye. For real this time. Bye.